I want to extend our condolences to the people of El Paso, Texas, and Dayton, Ohio. They're incredible people, and they've been through a lot. I just want to also thank the law enforcement in both places. The job they've done is incredible. I also want to congratulate them. I mean, nobody could have done what they've done. This could have been as bad as it was. It could have been so much worse. I just have to thank them. The job they've done is incredible. They were right on the ball in El Paso. They were there so quickly, and in Dayton in less than a minute. Think of the damage he did in such a short period of time. In less than a minute, the law enforcement acted and killed him. And it would have been unbelievable. It was horrible, but it would have been so much worse. It could have been so much worse. I just want to say that these are two incredible places. We love the people. Hate has no place in our country, and we're going to take care of it. I spoke with Attorney General Bill Barr at length. I spoke to Christopher Wray, Director of the FBI. Spoke to the governors, both governors, and we're doing a lot of work. A lot of people are working right now, a lot of law enforcement people and others. Spoke to members of Congress about whatever we can do, and a lot of things are being done right now as we speak. I'll be making a statement tomorrow sometime, but just on behalf of our First Lady and myself, condolences to all. We have to get it stopped. This has been going on for years and years in our country. We have to get it stopped. So thank you very much, and I will be making a statement tomorrow at about 10 o'clock, and I'll see you there. Thank you all very much. You have to talk up. We're talking to a lot of people, and a lot of things are in the works, and a lot of good things. And we have done much more than most administrations, and it's not really not talked about very much, but we've done actually a lot. But perhaps more has to be done. But this is also a mental illness problem. If you look at both of these cases, this is mental illness. These are really people that are very, very seriously mentally ill. So a lot of things are happening. A lot of things are happening right now. And I will see you tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Thank you.
All right, the President of the United States, along with the First Lady Melania Trump, returning from a weekend in New Jersey, saying he will have a statement tomorrow at 10 o'clock, saying that there is a mental illness problem here. And he says in that statement that he'll be making, he didn't allude to how much further he'd be extrapolating on the conversations, he says, he has had with lawmakers, with both governors of Texas and Ohio, and of course his conversation with the Attorney General William Barr and the FBI Director Chris Wray. And that's all we got from the president. He says, however, that hate has no place in our country. And of course, he, in concert with the rest of America, that this was very horrible, what has transpired in these two states in the last 24 hours. All right, Caitlin Collins joining us now from the White House. So, Caitlin, this statement coming from the president tomorrow, he alludes to that. In what form might we expect that?
Well, the president is on his way back to the White House, so we would expect it from here. We knew that aides were not tracking any kind of Oval Office address from the president tonight. But of course, the question is going to be, what is it that the president is planning on saying tomorrow? You heard him say there that hate has no place in the country, but he said he believes this is an issue that revolves around mental health. That is something he brought up multiple times there at the end with reporters. One phrase he did not say was anything about white nationalism or white supremacy. Of course, that has been the focus of that shooting that happened in El Paso at that Walmart, as there have been questions not only from Democratic presidential candidates tying the president's rhetoric directly to an attack like that, especially Beto O'Rourke, who did as much when in an interview with Jake Tapper this morning, where he said he does believe President Trump is a white nationalist. That's something you've seen aides and allies of the president push back on today, including from his own acting chief of staff, Mick Mulvaney, who said the president's rhetoric about immigrants and rhetoric overall should not be blamed for this shooting. He also talked about mental health during those interviews. issues, and that is something that it seems like the White House is going to be focusing on. Now, of course, the president said he did speak with the Attorney General Bill Barr at length and the FBI Director Christopher Wray. Christopher Wray, who we know has testified in front of Congress that he does believe white nationalism is on the rise and that it is a growing threat in this country, which is something the president himself has downplayed in the Oval Office at several points, one occasion in particular when he said he did not see it as a growing threat to this country. Now, the president was asked questions by several reporters there, but he did not go into detail beyond just saying that he is going to make that statement tomorrow and that he has been talking to members of Congress about what to do in wake of these two shootings that happened just hours apart. And that's what's going to be interesting. What route is the president going to take there? And is it going to be one that he sticks by? Because you'll remember after past shootings, the president has raised things like banning assault weapons, raising the minimum age to purchase some of those assault weapons from 18 to 21. Statements that the president later backed off of after he met with several top NRA officials here at the White House. Even though he said he wasn't scared of the NRA, he implied that several lawmakers on Capitol Hill were. So that's the question going forward, if the president is going to propose any kind of legislation about that, whether or not he's going to call on Congress to come back to town, because as you noted, Fred, they are of course out of town on recess right now. So that is going to be something that people are looking for tomorrow when the president does make an address, which he said is going to be around 10 o'clock over here in the Eastern time zone.
All right, and of course we'll all be looking, watching, and awaiting any more detail on that. Caitlin Collins from the White House, thank you so much.